Well, hi there. It is actually a different day for you, but the same day for me as it was the last movie that you watched. If you watched my last movie, I was out here doing some things over my lunch break and I ran out of time and I had to go back to work. But now I'm out here after work. I think it's like 6 o'clock or something like that. I had some dinner and everything is as I left it out here, and we're going to kind of continue to do some cleanup. Well, I think it's like a 65-degree day, nice and sunny. You see the sunshine in there, and it's just a wonderful, warm, I'm going to say it, spring day. You never know what's going to happen here in Michigan, but I will take any day like this that God wants to give me. So anyway, let's kind of take a little stroll around and see what more we can clean up. So clean some of this up today and the other day as well. I got the grasses pruned back over there. I also got that whole area cleaned up over there. And let's see what else I do. I cleaned around that tree in the mailbox. So, maybe we'll start up in the island bed and clean some of that up and then work our way down the Lollipop Lane. We've got some grasses to clean up down in there. And I want to see if the bulbs are popping down in the living river. So yeah, let's take a little trip down there. It's pretty windy out here today. Now I'm using my scissors right now for these because they're pretty small. And I just kind of want to enjoy the sound of my scissors cutting these grasses. If these were the big ones I did earlier this morning, there's no way I'd use scissors. But it's just so pleasant out here right now, so I'm kind of just want to take my time and enjoy it. Because knowing Michigan, it could like snow tomorrow. This year I'm starting out the season investing in the liquid fence. It works really well for me when I actually use it. And I don't like spending money on things. A lot of the things I buy are like on the clearance rack or whatever, but I will be spending money on that this year for sure. Oh, what is that? Is it a nest? Some sort of a nest. This is a Hakanakloa grass. Got one on each side. I have my fanny pack and my pruners. Just gonna give this I think I'm going to give this a pretty good prune. I haven't really pruned these guys hard at all in a while. They kind of get overlooked once the season starts coming in. So I'm going to give them a harder prune than I would the rest of my hydrangeas. But yeah, these are Bobo. One of my favorites. The thing about these is I planted them. I planted the river birches, and there was much more sun out here than there is now. So they don't get as much sun as they would like. I really need to probably actually move them, but we'll see. I could move them out to the lane actually, and the springtime would be a great time to do that. So we'll see. I might end up doing that. I might not. These butterfly bushes really did better this year. These are another one I planted a long time ago, and as the river birch just kept getting bigger, the plants didn't get as much sun, so they could probably stand to be moved as well. But this one right here actually took off pretty good last year, and it was beautiful. Another thing I deal with out here is the roots to the river birch tree. They seem to be super shallow roots, so it's really hard to dig out here. And it's also front and center fair game for the rabbits and deer. So this is like the first bed they go to for food if they're gonna eat anything in my yard. It's very hard to keep anything out here healthy because of that. I deal with more rabbit pressure than deer pressure actually, which is crazy. Down pretty good. Probably prune this guy down pretty good. Oh, my hair is already driving me nuts. I'm gonna have to pull it back. I don't know how people can garden with their hair down sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't bother me, but when I'm like bending over and stuff all the time, it gets in my face and in my mouth. Oh. All right, that's pretty good. I could probably prune a little bit more on it, but we'll just leave it at that. This bed is this will be the third season for it, so it's not too old. The plants are pretty well spaced out. You can see the deer, they love to eat this heuchera up here, but it seemed to flush back okay. I mean, that's a solid, sturdy plant right there, so it should be fine. It's already putting on new growth there in there, so it should be just fine. The deer eat my heuchera every year. It's just something I deal with. But okay, let's for sure get these grasses trimmed off, and I will use my pruners for that. You know, another crazy thing is they ate my penstemon clean off too. So we'll just chalk that up for a positive, stay positive, and say thank you, buddy, for pruning my penstemon. I'm pleasantly surprised they didn't touch this blue star juniper. And it actually looks like it put on some growth. It's so pretty. Glad they didn't eat that. Pull my hair back. So easy. I've got 3 of these grasses. They are called Shenandoah grass. They are beautiful. They almost look like they're sparkling at the end of the season. The colors and like the little seed heads that it throws up. Oh my word, so pretty. Oh, those ones fell out. You can kind of see how pretty it is. Look at that. Isn't it so pretty? I love this grass so much. It'd actually be really pretty to take inside and use in like an arrangement. Just those plumy bits. Like all these bits. It'd be really pretty. Oh man. My bulbs are coming up. I wasn't sure how they would do. You see them all in there? Got the daffodils on either side and then the hyacinth in the middle. But we'll see how they flower this year. I think they'll be just fine. So you can see the little bud right in there, the little cluster of the hyacinth. These are pink and purple, all in the middle. And then it's a mixed daffodil on the sides. How exciting is that? Wow, it's going to be pretty. Oh man. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to spend a little time right out here, I think, and pull out these hairy bittercress weeds. See all these weeds right here? I got to get these out of here. These, before you know it, with this warm weather, will start to shoot up these flowers right here. And once they go to seed, you're pretty much, you know, there's no turning back after that. They spread seeds everywhere. So I think I'm going to, while I'm out here, it's the ground is like nice and wet from it being, you know, wintry and snowy and rainy. I'm going to spend a little time in this section and this section and clean it up and pull the weeds. All right, I'm going to speed this up and I'll meet you back here when I'm all done with this section. I'll show you from the other side because the sun is kind of shining on it, but you can't really tell. It doesn't look like much now. It doesn't really look like we did much, but boy, it was pretty bad in there, and now they're all gone, and you can see quite a few of the alliums popping up in there now. And a lot of that hairy bittercress was kind of crowding around the allium, so I'm glad we did that. Another thing I was thinking too is, I'm so glad we did this in there, is I sprinkled cleome seeds in here last fall in hopes that they would kind of take over like they usually do. The past couple of years they kind of faded out a little bit, but I'm hoping to kind of rejuvenate the cleome in this area because that is one thing that grew really well in there. So I'm hoping now that I got the bitter cress out of there, that will kind of make its way in. But yeah, it did. It looked like this. Little clumps of weeds everywhere. So this is the next section we'll do. And now it looks nice and cleaned up. Just like that. Oh boy, that was so much fun to get that cleaned up. Wow. And my bird bath goes right there, so I'll get Nady to get that out for me and put it there. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna plant around here. I've had bulbs in here in the past. I've done snapdragons. I do have zinnias inside. I have the snapdragons I seeded like a few weeks ago. I could plant those in there. Those are looking good. But I think I might have to call it a day because my phone battery keeps saying 20%, 10%. It's probably about ready to say 5%. So actually right when I sat down here, it said 5% battery left. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in the gully and up in the yard today. And I really appreciate it so much. Hope that you have a great rest of your morning or afternoon or evening, whenever you're watching this. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I decided to cut one more thing before I leave this section, and that's the hibiscus. Let's quick cut these guys down. Easier to break them. They got big this year. See you next time.